Now we are.
Oh my God. We are live and
Where's
I am
the
not
intro?
on. I'm green.
Operators are standing by.
Welcome to Chasing Prophecy Radio, where we discuss the unidentified, the unexplainable, paranormal, conspiracies, and much more. Starring your host and co-host, Jenny Nicasio, Sean Kelly, and Jason Sledgehammer and Petro. Brought to you by UPRN Network. Now for your host, Jenny Nicasio.
Good evening and welcome to Chasing Prophecy on UPRN FM 105.3 New Orleans, where we discuss everything and anything beyond the scope of normal. I'm Jenny Nicasio along with my co-host, John Kelly, Jason I am Petro, and our guest co-host, John Ventry. Welcome to Chasing Prophecy on
Thank you
Wednesday.
for joining
welcome,
Torture
everybody.
Tuesday.
Torture
Tuesday
Tuesday.
at its finest.
We have a great show tonight. I'm just going to get right to it. We have Eric Mintel. He is a lead investigator for more than 30 years. Eric is an acclaimed jazz musician with his own group, the Eric Mintel Quartet.
All
right.
All
Okay.
right.
It's Mintel.
Mintel. Yes,
Come on, Jenny.
I
It's
thought
a
I
T,
asked you
not
how
a
to
D.
I didn't want to correct you, but
Well, anyways, Eric was invited to perform at the White House during Clinton's administration in 1998 for President Obama in 2011. That's awesome. He was also invited to perform at the Kennedy Center over 10 times from 1999 until 2005, right? And also at a special concert at the United Nations. Wow, you're really cool.
Damn, dude.
2010. And
We
he has
need your
toured and
autograph.
performed around the country in concert halls, high schools, libraries, elementary schools, churches, jazz clubs. I love jazz, and many more venues. Let me tell you something. Eric also has been on television performing his music as well as being interviewed. He has also had stories written up on his paranormal activities. Now we got to get to that paranormal stuff. He's been in numerous newspapers and radio stations and podcasts across the country. Wow. And how did you get to meet John Ventry? That's what I would like to know. But
John, we go way back.
okay, in 2016, seeking out strange stories to tell, whether it's ghosts, UFOs, Bigfoot, or dogmen. Let me tell you, I like those dogmen. They're cool. So let's get right to it because his bio goes on and on. So welcome to Chasing Prophecy, Eric.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for coming, bud.
Thank you.
Hey, Eric, you were a field investigator for MUFON about 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
I think Jen was a field investigator also around the same time.
Yeah.
You might have ran into each other and didn't even know it.
No,
Probably.
well, Jen is Westmoreland County and Eric is Bucks County. But the question really for you is, what makes an accomplished musician
Yeah,
like
that's what I
yourself
want to know.
that has played all over? What got you into this?
You know, John, it's like I have always loved the paranormal. I mean, ever since I was a kid.
Me too.
You know, and mostly people know me as a jazz musician, but they never knew that I love the paranormal. And being here in Bucks County with all of our great history, and then of course, you know, in 2008 we had the huge UFO flap in Bucks County, which you were a part of. And one of the reasons why I wanted to become a field investigator at that time was because there was just so much going on. But just always loved it. My dad would always tell me incredible stories that he encountered of certain things and just all the stories, the history. So, and that's why in 2016, I decided, you know, I saw that the paranormal was becoming normal, you know, and then I decided, look, I'm going to start a show. And it was originally called Bucks County Paranormal Investigations because we were doing features on local places that were haunted, you know, bed and breakfasts and restaurants and things like that. But then we changed it to Eric Mintel Investigates because we started going all over the country doing, you know, the Dogman, the Beast of Bray Road in Wisconsin, Bigfoot in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, UFOs. I mean, that's been one of the biggest things we've been doing, UFOs over Bucks County and beyond. So it's been like unbelievable. I mean, I just got a video yesterday that just freaks me out of one of the venues that we're going to be investigating where on the security cam, you could see the chair just move right across the room.
Wow.
So we're in this one deep. So this is, and the Beast of Bray Road is another thing that's really, we're still wrapping our heads around on what we encountered that night last year.
Have you made your second trip out there yet, or is that coming up?
Yeah, we did. Right before I spoke at the MUFON conference in May, we were just there in April 28th through May 1st.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
we did a follow-up, and I mean, we can get to that too, but you know, for maybe your listeners that don't know what the Beast of Bray Road is, I don't know how you want,
I
if you
don't know
want
what
to
it
start
is.
with that, or
Yeah, go ahead and start with that.
Please
Yeah.
inform me.
Basically, you know, I had heard about the Beast of Bray Road for years, you know, and you know, I knew it was some kind of werewolf. It was supposed to be some kind of wolf-like creature, but then getting into it more and doing more research, I'm understanding that it's an upright canine. And this is a theme that's been going on now that a lot of people are seeing all over the country, these upright werewolf-like wolf canine creatures standing on two legs and seeing them eat roadkill with their two hands. So, and standing about, you know, 6-7 foot tall. So this was something that I thought, wow, this would be a really cool story. So one of our fans, a woman by the name of Ellen Collins, who's also now a team member out in Wisconsin, she said to me, she's like, you know, we should really do a video on the Beast of Bray Road. And I said, I would love to do that. But I said, you know, there's going to be two things, logistics and money. How are we going to do this? Because if I'm going to do it and edit it, obviously it's going to take, we need to, you know, be paid to do that. And how are we going to get out there? Anyway, she wound up footing the whole bill to do this video. And so I made her the executive producer of the video. And I'll tell you, you know, and backing up on this, the guy by the name of Lee Hample, who has this 35-acre hay farm in Elkhorn, he's the one that's been getting a lot of the activity of this creature on his property. And guys, when I tell you, he's got thousands of pictures, video of weird lights, UFOs going through the trees, orbs. He's got the creature like close to the trail cam. I mean, all kinds of weird things, hair samples. When you put it under a microscope, the hair samples are translucent. So it's really, really interesting stuff. So I saw Lee was on a Travel Channel show. I think it was called Paranormal Declassified. And so Lee's talking, and I just had this thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to contact this guy. And this was before Ellen even asked to do the video. I said, I'm going to contact this guy and see if maybe we can get out there and do this video or do an investigation there. So that night, he had a website. I called him. Like within an hour, he calls me back. We were on the phone for like 2 hours talking about all of his evidence, how excited he would be to have us come out and investigate, because he wants it talked about. He's looking at this like like coming from a scientific background. This guy had no interest in the paranormal whatsoever. He was a math teacher for 35 years. So when it presented itself to him, that's when his whole world changed. You know, when I'm sure each one of us has been presented with certain things you can't explain. And he was presented with this creature on his property. He couldn't explain it. And that's why he wanted to do as much research as possible. I mean, the guy's almost afraid to go out on his own property at night, you know. So fast forward to October 3rd. Well, we went October 2nd and 3rd last year. We just happened to be out there during the very first annual Beast of Bray Road conference, which I didn't know that was happening, but there were some people out there that were talking about their own sightings and their encounters. So we met with Lee. What a great guy. I mean, Lee is really down to earth kind of guy. We met his brother, Fred, same guy. I mean, these guys are hardworking farmers and they're just incredible people. And again, had no interest in the paranormal, but even his brother, Fred, total skeptic. He worked at IBM for years. And then he saw these square tracks and these weird footprints that Lee's got a 7-pad track that he's got on a picture that was on his property. And so they couldn't explain it. So they
wait. You're saying there was 7 footprints?
a 7-pad track.
What does 7-pad mean?
I think a dog or
Like
cat
7 toes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 7, because a lot of the sightings that took place over the years out there was 3. It had 3 is what it had. This 7?
7.
Wow,
I can send you the picture. It's crazy. And you
wow.
can clearly see these paths. So that was really interesting. And then just some of the footage that he's got, these lights going through the trees like UFOs. I mean, it was unbelievable. So here's the thing, though. This is where I'm going with this. I go out there not thinking I'm thinking, we're going to get a great video. We're going to do a documentary. We're going to talk to some people. We're going to get some witnesses. We're going to hear some great stories and get a good video, but not thinking that we'd ever encounter the creature the night of October 3rd. And it was the most craziest night. We had like a trifecta of paranormal activity. And again, I was going out there not thinking we'd see anything.
Wow.
And it was just bizarre. So earlier in the day, before the investigation, we kind of looked at the lay of the land, and Lee showed us where he's been getting all this activity. So the night before, we had steak. So we went in for a steak dinner. So we kept the bones.
All right.
So we got to eat good when you're on the road. But
Oh, absolutely.
You're making me hungry.
I know. So we put I put these steak bones in the tree by this area that Lee's been getting a lot of this activity. So going back to Lee's barn, he was going to show us some more pictures, but we took the 4-wheelers back to his barn because it's a pretty long walk from the barn down to this area. And what was going through my mind was putting those bones there a good or bad idea? Because I didn't know what we were going to be in store for. Again, not really thinking we'd see anything. So anyway, we go out. Lee shows us great pictures and incredible stuff. Just our minds were blown from all the stuff that he was showing us. So it's about 8:30, October 3rd. It's dark, because now it's getting dark early. So it's already dark. I thought we were going to have to scrub the investigation because it looked like it was going to rain. But the minute we got out there to the field, the whole sky opened up. It was totally clear. So, and this is another thing I want to tell you guys what happened earlier, but I want to get to this part before, we go any further. But so we get out there, and Dominic, my other team member, Dominic Sattel, it was me, Dominic Sattel, Ellen Collins, and Scott Chrysler, his son. He was doing the camera work and our drone work. So we're all out there, and Dominic looks up and says, "What the hell is that?" And we look up, and you could see other planes in the air. This was a solid orb of light going over the field, just a solid orb. You could definitely see there were other planes, and it wasn't as high as those planes were. It was lower, but it was going toward this one plane, and just a solid, it was like a big star, but moving, no blinking, no nothing. And then it goes over. We're trying to figure out what the hell it is. We got it on camera. We got it on video, and it goes and does a little 45-degree angle and disappears. So that was the first thing. And we were like, what the hell is that? And then the second thing was these crazy howls. So we hear this howl in the distance, really faint howl. And Dominic and I look at each other like, what the hell is that? Then another one was closer. And then the third one that we heard, it was what everybody has been describing. It was a low guttural, like almost like a yell and a scream combined. And it sounded like a man screaming in the field. It was that like low, and it just kept going. So we're listening, and we go, oh shit, and we're like, what the hell is that? So, right after that, then all of a sudden we hear all these things going on behind us. There was no wind. We're hearing all this rustling sound going on behind us. And right after that, we saw this really weird mist that came up from the field. And it was weird because, and then finding out later, I don't know if you guys do this as well, but Bigfoot sightings also there's a mist that accompanies Bigfoot sightings. Somehow, I don't know, there's some kind of connection there. But we saw this mist, and Lee has a trail cam picture, which is unbelievable. It's this mist that's on the trail cam that comes over this roadkill deer. And the next picture, they're like 30 seconds apart. The mist is gone, and so is the deer.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
That's interesting.
Very,
Wow.
very strange. I mean, and you can't. This is stuff that you just can't fake. This
Do you
is-
have any of this on video?
Oh, it's all on video. It's on pictures on trail cam, but on our video, it's called the Beast of Bray Road, Alive and Well, and it's all on the video that you could see there. That was on our first one. Now we just, like I said to John, we just did a follow up in April. Now we didn't encounter it this time, and so, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't encounter it because then people might think, well, these guys are faking this thing, but we didn't encounter anything. It was really bad too.
I mean, the mist seems a little. You wonder if that's,
Can you
far-fetched.
send Jenny a copy of that video, the mist taking the deer?
Oh yeah, it's a photo. There are trail cam photos. So there's one photo of the mist with the deer, and then the next photo.
Do you have anything you can send us in Messenger and I can put it up on screen?
Yeah, can I send it this way somehow?
Yeah, you could probably do it yourself. Do you know how to do that?
Good
I
luck.
don't
We
know.
can never figure
Or
it
send
out.
it to put it in the Messenger.
There you go.
John, you give it to John and he can.
Oh, okay. In the Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we got some stuff in common, Eric.
Yeah.
We're both musicians and both paranormal investigators.
Nice.
Touche.
And what do you play?
What's that?
Where are
What do
you
you
seeing
play?
the
I'm a
comments?
guitar
I don't even
player,
see it.
about 22 years.
Cool.
What
I play piano.
Okay, nice. Nice. I wish I could. I can like pluck
I'd love to
around
hear
just
you want
enough.
to play for us tonight.
Yeah, you could, and I have a ton of stuff on YouTube and stuff here too. But let me hold on a second, John. I'm going to try to find something here on Messenger.
Did you have Bones with you the second time?
Yes, we did. And what?
Because I was going to say, if you didn't have Bones and you went out there, I'm glad it wasn't there, because
Yeah.
you would have been the Bones.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding, man. I mean, so what happened was I just said initially, look, guys, we need to get the hell out of here, because to me it was saying, get out of here. This is our territory. And there was not one. I think there was a family, and I really believe that there is some kind of clan or a pack there. So this is an investigation that's ongoing. It just keeps going. But so we left there in October, and that night, the next morning, Lee goes down and calls me and says, oh, by the way, the trail cam, for some odd reason, and we were having all kinds of electronic disturbances that night too. The trail cam stopped working at 5:00 that night that we did the investigation. It didn't take another picture until 7:00 the next morning. So it didn't get any pictures of us. It got nothing down there, nothing. And the bones were gone the next day. They were totally gone. Scott had a GoPro. He didn't get any footage there. When we did see that mist, the mist itself, it was like cutting in and out our lavaliers, our microphones. But we were able to keep the video. That was good. And Scott was a rock, man. Just, I mean, with the howls and everything that was going on, he just stayed steady as a rock. So I want to try to see if I don't know. Should I do this now, or should I wait till after the show's over? Or
No, you can.
You can do it now.
We're
Yeah,
going to put it up
while
so
we're
our
talking, yeah, bring it
our
up.
viewers can see it.
all right, cool.
So what kind of steaks did you have? Because Sean's a meat cutter, and he can.
I'm
I'm
yeah.
a
tell us
meat
all
cutter.
about them.
I'm a meat cutter.
They were the best, man. I don't remember, but they were just. We went to this place, Anthony's Steakhouse. It was amazing.
Oh man.
What do you think, Sean? Was it like ribeye with the
Well, you
bone?
think-
Please.
Some
My problem is I eat filet mignon, so there's no bones.
To me,
There you go.
you know what? Filet
Well, excuse
mignon.
us for not being high rollers like
No,
you.
no, 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 no. And I'm going to tell you my thing on filet mignon.
Why pay for bones?
Why? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Why pay for bones?
I mean, no. I'd rather pay for a bone that has meat on it than a little freaking
I like a
fillet
little
that
fat
big.
with my meat.
With that little fillet like that, and you're paying $23.99.
Why'd you cut
for
the meat
fillet.
from the bone? You got like 4 ounces.
The
You're paying
fat
for
makes it
bones.
juicy, John.
It's bad for your cholesterol.
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
You only
Oh,
live
it
You
is.
need
once.
fat. You
No.
need fat.
If you
Fair
mix it
enough.
with all the carbohydrates, it's fat.
Well, the
for you.
dog man is very lean, so apparently the bones don't affect him.
Well, how do you
I'll
know it
tell you.
wasn't? How do you know it wasn't something else besides the dog man that took
Well,
them
could be.
bones?
It could have been.
Yeah, I'd like to know if this little dogman resembles that creature's face we saw last week on that cam. That trail cam. Do you remember? Oh, you didn't see it, John. Oh,
Nope.
you missed
No, I was
that
gone
one.
2 weeks.
Oh,
We're gonna have to pull it up for you guys to look at.
it sounded, from watching Joe posting that picture, it looks like the majority say it's
I
an
should have
alien.
took a screenshot of Joe's picture.
Yeah.
Here you go, guys. I finally found it here. Sorry about that. John, I'm going to send it over to you now.
All right. Can you put it up? Is he able to put it up?
Yeah, if he can, I can do it.
All right.
I mean, I'm a little slow at it, but
There you go, John. I
Yes,
just sent
we know Jenny.
the pad over there. I'm going to try to see if I can find the mist.
oh, I found Joe's picture, but he's made it little. Damn.
So
yeah.
so the that whole thing was incredible, man. I mean, it was just absolutely. Hold on a second. Let me just get out of here for a sec. I'll try to find some more stuff as we go here, but it was amazing. What happened was, though, on this follow up, it was amazing. We did a town hall meeting on Thursday, April 28th, and over 140 people showed up.
Wow.
To tell their story about seeing this creature, and all about their encounters with this thing. So what got me on this particular investigation or follow-up was a lot of people said how this thing walked. It was very strange gait, the way it was walking. So that's something that was a recurring theme every time that we were, that we would talk to people. So that was something we were looking into. And again, I sent that picture, John. I don't know if you got it or not, but
I didn't get it.
not yet. Let me see.
You put it in Messenger right here?
Yeah. No, in Messenger on your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, no, I'm not in Facebook. I wouldn't know how to put that up.
Jenny, you would have to send it to Jenny.
Okay. Where are you at, Jenny?
I'm on Messenger, but I don't.
She's on the top left of the screen, I think.
Can I email it to you? Would you be able to take it that way?
Yeah, I could probably do it that way too.
You can't put it in Messenger right here on the right side of the screen? Right on the bottom right?
Yeah, but it doesn't give me any way to put up a photo.
Copy and paste?
Let's see, share. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me do this. Hold on a second. Share.
So back to steaks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have steaks
Somebody's
on Sunday.
hungry, man.
Actually,
Somebody's hungry.
Oh,
I think we're having steaks on Sunday.
there you go.
I made sausage and peppers this afternoon with a pound of pasta, ricotta, mozzarella.
Oh, sounds good,
Oh,
John.
man. Oh, you're Italian. You love it. It was good.
Oh man.
With two green peppers.
Who was
in it.
worried about cholesterol, but then eating all those carbs? Is that you, John?
I was working it off, but I hurt my knee at racquetball. I'm going to miss about a month or so.
But let me give you guys a neat little hint here. Okay,
Oh, I see what you did there. A neat little hint.
neat little hint there. Okay, if you go to your grocery store and you see a ribeye steak, usually the price is at $8.99. Okay, and then you go and you see Delmonico's, and they're like $13.99 a pound. Okay, buy the rib steak, take the damn meat off the bone, and grill it, and you got your Delmonico.
Will the butcher remove the meat from the bone and then
Sure.
reweigh it and reprice it?
No.
So then
No.
I'm not doing it.
Oh.
While we're waiting for your
Sean, do you get
picture,
discounts?
What is this?
can you see that,
That's a
John?
Can you
horse.
see that,
Yeah.
John?
That's
Yeah.
a horse.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not a horse
Yes,
in
it is a
Crater
horse.
Lake. No, it's
Okay,
not.
You know, it kind of looks like a dog face or like a pit
That
bull.
was my niece was working at Crater Lake, and her job was to take the trail cams down.
Wow.
And when she's seen this, she almost what the hell is it?
The eyes are far
I still think we
apart.
need the actual original file.
It was she's trying to get that, but this was 4 feet high on a tree. 4 feet. That's it.
Wow, 4 feet.
Mhm.
Yeah, consensus according to UPRN family, it is an alien.
No, that's
I-
not an alien.
I think
That's
it's a
not-
horse.
It could be a gray.
I kind of see a snout on it, I think.
No, this is the eye. This is the
Yeah.
eyebrow.
Yeah, but look in the bottom left of it. Is there a snout?
No,
What's that dark?
this is not. This is the picture right here.
Okay.
This is just the
Yeah.
Remember what Joe was saying. This was
Okay, but it has no eyebrow.
reflection. Yeah.
It has no
This is
eyebrows.
this is the picture right here.
Well, it
Hey,
looks
Jen,
angry.
what
I
is
tell you, that eye
Yeah,
is
what-
very
What's that?
focused.
Did
What
you
is
say
your
something,
email?
Eric?
Yeah, what's your email?
It's Chasing Prophecy Radio
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Okay, gotcha. I'm sending over that picture right now for you.
Okay.
That's a very intense looking whatever that is.
Yes,
It's an alien.
It's
I
looking
think it is
at that
too.
It's a
camera.
horse.
It's looking. No,
It
to me, it's
can't
an
be a
animal.
horse because
Why
there
can't it
are
be?
not horses in the middle of Crater Lake where she was.
Look how wide apart the eyes are, though. Like it's a very
I only see the one eye.
well on the left in the dark area. I see a second eye.
Do you see a second eye, Eric?
Yeah, I do.
Top left, second eye,
I do.
and the
see
bottom
this.
left looks like a short snout, a dark snout, which would be very weird. It wouldn't have much of a almost shorter than a pig, but this thing's standing 4 feet tall.
Eric,
wanna-
what are we looking at here?
I don't want to meet that.
Looking
What
at
is
that
it?
on the screen.
Well, no, what you sent me because I'm gonna
Oh, that's
Pick
the
it up.
that's the pad. That's the 7-pad track.
7-pad track. Okay.
I'm taking
Three
a
up
show
front.
from my basement, so you see all my stuff down here.
I see that, man.
I see that. I'm
Cool
very
alien.
interested in that.
I tell you, the whole basement's full of sci-fi, Bigfoot, alien stuff.
Yeah, we
That's
got
cool.
aliens on the bottom
gonna
and we
have
got
to
the
come visit
pineapples on
you.
top.
Yeah, movie memorabilia, everything.
Good deal, man.
We're gonna have to come visit one night.
Yeah, do a
Or
show
one
from
day.
here.
Yeah, we
Whoa.
should.
Holy shit.
So you got the 2 on the bottom. See the 2 on the bottom, 2 on the sides, and 3 up top.
2 on the bottom.
Okay, what are we looking at? Pads of what? Their
How
feet?
do we know another one didn't step in the same spot?
That's a foot?
That's supposed to be the foot of the dog man.
It doesn't look like no foot to me.
It's a paw print.
Could another one have stepped right like on
I
the
can't
edge
see
of
no
it
paw
and
print.
make a second print, making it look that big?
I don't know, John. I mean, it's just so weird why it's so uniform, you know?
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, you could see
it
like
could be. I mean, that
pad,
could
the one pad looks like it has 3 nails to it or fingers, whatever it is. You
yeah,
know?
that's the 3 up front, and then the 2
Yeah.
on the side, and then 2 on the bottom,
Yeah.
which is
Did you-
weird.
Eric, did you guys research before when you saw this picture? Did you go and research
Yeah,
anything
no, I
about
didn't. I researched about a little bit because Linda Godfrey was a great. Well, she's still around, but she wrote a lot of great books about the Dog Man and the Beast of Bray Road. And to be honest with you, no, I have not. I didn't do that much research on the pads, and because again, you know, in my naive way of thinking here, going out there, I didn't think we were going to really see anything other than hear some really good stories. I mean, we did some research and get some of the folklore and stuff like that, but nothing was really around to give you any idea of any pads or tracks or anything like that until we met Lee, and he's been getting all of this material.
Can I be honest with you? What I see, I don't see a pad. I see. I'm sorry.
I just see a
big old
bud.
mushroom, a big mushroom flattened.
He hasn't
out.
had his glasses checked in about 10 years.
I'm with Sean. I just see it.
It
It doesn't even look like a dog's paw.
I think it's more than one, though, stepping in that area, because I can see the 3 pads of the one.
Yeah.
You know, and I wonder if, like, if it was on all 4s at the time, and then it stepped right next to it, creating another pad that looks like it's all part of the same one, you know, or the family member stepped behind him on it, you know.
That could be too. You know, that very well could be.
Yeah.
I also want to show you this other. When we were doing the follow-up, this one guy, Dave, had told us about his encounter, and I'll tell you, he had this track that he found was as big as it was actually bigger than his hand, and if I could find that for you guys too.
Did you have any pictures of the mist? Would that come out?
Yeah, I want to see the mist because I find that, you know,
Yeah,
it
hold
could
on.
be staged.
Yeah,
Oh.
again, this mist is totally like it's just so weird, and
It's mystifying.
it's
Oh,
It's so mystical.
that's right. That's right.
It's
Oh
a
my
mystifying mist.
I'm sorry. I'm like sitting around here. I didn't know we were going to get pictures here. Else I would have had these ready to go. But yeah, so you guys keep talking. I'm going to try to find these things. But yeah, but the follow-up video, I want to show you this one track that was bigger than the guy's hand, and he was going down to his boat, which was at this lake, and there was a bare area where there was just mud right before you go into the water. And as he's going into the boat, and he looks down and sees this track that was just, and you could definitely see that it is impression. Something at least a couple of 100 pounds had to be making that impression.
Well, up in Wisconsin, though, don't they have a lot of bears that stand upright?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Not in Wisconsin.
No?
Not, and there's no wolves either. That's the other thing. We thought maybe it was a wolf. But
Right.
that's one thing that we did look into was what else is there. They've got coyotes, yes.
Coyote could do
I
that.
saw
They
one
can
of those
stand up.
today.
The coyotes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can stand on. Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Eric, when you and your guys saw this, because I watched your video and I could see like a set of eyes, glowing back in the woods. How close were you, or how good of using your own vision did you actually see it?
Oh man. I mean, we were a good, let's see, from where that video was to where the eye shine was. I mean, we were a good at least 150, 200 yards.
Oh, that far. So could you say that it wasn't a bear or some large dog? I mean, did you actually see this thing and say that's not human or an animal? I don't know what it is.
No, and that's the thing. We have always been about truth, and I've never said that I ever saw it. But we did see, we saw the eye shine and we heard it, but we didn't see the actual physical manifestation of this thing.
Yeah. That'd be scary, man.
Yeah.
Imagine something 7 feet tall, stand up with paws and a dog animal face to it.
There-
Man.
Yeah,
Was there
definitely.
a-
If you saw that,
Was
especially at night.
there a foul odor? Like really just no,
Sean,
really
they were 200 yards
know.
away. I think in the smell.
No, you know what?
200
that's a good-
miles.
That's a good question, but no. I thought to myself, that was the other thing too. A lot of people have been having this accompanying smell with this thing. But no, we did not have any kind of weird smells that night.
What did
Isn't
the
that
other
common
people?
with Bigfoot? People always say there's like a real potent odor.
Yeah,
like
Traces
sulfur.
of
Yeah.
It's like a dog. How a dog, when it's wet,
Yeah.
it's kind
Like
of
a wet
stinky.
dog.
Oh yeah.
Well, Eric, what do the other people say it smells like? Because Bigfoot has a sulfur smell, and some other animals have that wet, matted smell. What did they say they smell?
They haven't really had any kind of bad smell with this thing.
Okay.
Maybe it smelled like like a swamp kind of smell,
Yeah.
like a swampy kind of smell. It wasn't anything like with Bigfoot, you've got like a wet dog smell that's wrapped in manure. It's like that kind of like a skunk, really potent stuff.
If you left your laundry in the washer for 2 days and forgot about it,
That's what you hit the. That's
Been
when
there,
you put
done
it,
that.
we've
put
all
it in
done
the-
that.
you put it in the dryer twice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Now,
Yeah. So
Eric,
Well,
I
you
got
let
a
me
Stinky
caution
is
question.
right, Paul.
Let me caution you though. Anytime you encounter something and you get that sulfur smell,
It's a devil.
well, it is
Oh, geez.
demonic.
Oh
It's a
my goodness
shapeshifter.
gracious!
It's a shapeshifter. It's demonic. If you get sulfur, that is an absolute marker of something demonic if it has a sulfur smell.
But how do you know someone wasn't in the room, striking matches and blowing them out?
Or what about like sulfur ponds and stuff for the EPA has going on and everything, and all the
Yeah.
sulfur, creeks and everything.
I'm talking about seeing a creature that smells of sulfur.
Even if you don't see it, you smell it.
Oh my
It could be a
god.
lot of things.
I think if I smell smoke, I'm getting out of that
I've been
area.
watching too much evil, and
Yeah.
everything's
yeah.
demonic too. When you
Well, again, I mean, that's the one thing you have to be the most careful of is a demonic entity. You know, it's one thing to run into ghosts or a cryptid, whatever, or a species that hasn't been discovered. But the last thing I want to run into is something that can shapeshift and that's demonic because it's malevolent.
no.
Hmm.
Well, ever since they turned on CERN, there's a lot of creatures floating around.
Right. They could be coming through a portal.
The portals they opened up.
Oh,
I
here's
don't know,
the-
but you got
I
it.
I found it. Here you go.
Okay.
It's a picture of Lee in the mist. Yeah, let me send this to your email again. Hold on.
Okay.
And you could see how this weird mist encompasses Lee, and he didn't even see it. He wasn't even aware of it. And then this one of the next pictures is totally clear. And here's another picture of this black mist. I'll show you real quick here. I mean, some of the other photos and videos he had like some kind of a ghost fire happening where
What is a ghost fire?
well, he had another paranormal group on the property, and he's wondering what the heck's going on down there. And he's looking through his night scope, and he sees this fire going on, but with the naked eye, it wasn't there. It was.
Illusion. Some kind of.
So with night vision, you're able to see it, but you can't see it with your eyes.
Yeah, and it was very, very strange.
So it's in a different wavelength. Wow.
Yeah.
Jason, we got to take a trip to Wisconsin, dude.
Oh, I wish I would have known
yeah.
when I was there like a year ago on a job. I'd have taken a couple days.
Yeah, we got to go to Wisconsin.
It's amazing, man. I mean, some of the stuff that you're going to see, is
Don't bring a steak. Bring garlic.
yeah.
Cheese.
Bring a priest.
Lots of cheese.
Bring a priest. There you go. Find a local priest and tell
Right,
him.
John. Bring a priest and sage.
That's it. And if you see
Whoa!
it, put the priest in front of you.
Oh my God! Oh gosh. Hey Eric, so this place is where this place is at. So there's a lot of UFO action. My question to you would be, would the dogman or this creature be part of a UFO, just like Bigfoots are?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great question. And I've always believed that there is that connection. Even with Bigfoot, I always think that there is a Bigfoot UFO connection. And one of the Bigfoot researchers that we were talking to really made a really brilliant point. So, where a lot of people back in the 70s, I'm sure, John, Stan Gordon and you guys with the Western Pennsylvania UFO sightings and Bigfoot sightings at the same time. So I always believe there's a connection with that. But the researcher that I was talking to said, how people are always talking about being abducted by aliens. Why couldn't the aliens be abducting Bigfoot, doing experiments on it, and then dropping it off,
Or getting it from a different planet or location and dropping it off here.
Possibly, yeah. Look, here's the thing. I always say this too. It's unbelievable that we're even talking about this, because 10 years ago, we wouldn't even be talking about this. It would still have that stigmata of ridicule, right, John? Maybe 15 years ago. It would still have
I think since the Pentagon recently came out and
Yeah.
they formed a department to look at UFOs, and Fox has a new series on, I can't remember the woman's name, but it's now a weekly series on Fox streaming. Guess you got to pay for that, about UFOs. They're looking at Nick Pope's on it. They're looking at the best cases. So,
Yeah.
You've added credibility. But I can tell you, when I ran for governor earlier in the year, the real conservatives didn't want to hear anything about, what do you mean he was a UFO investigator?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You still have that. There is still that sect of people that don't want to hear anything about it. And unfortunately, it's just because, and that's all fear-based too. They're afraid.
I said to them, so if we were in Derry, Maine, and Stephen King was running for your governor, are you going to question him?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, like you believe in vampires? You know, what you're going to hold that against them? So I
Yeah,
kind of I diffused it a little bit.
Exactly. Oh man.
So what are we looking at here?
So Lee's got a lot of these different pictures here of this black mist
Yeah, I
that
see it.
always shows up, and then the deer's gone. Like in the next picture, the deer's gone, and it's a weird phenomena that's been going on. And there was another picture too that I sent you to, Jen, of Lee in the mist, and
So
he
it
didn't
looks like
recall even.
It looks like it's daytime with that mist.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you can see how dark. Oh,
Whoa.
wow, look at that.
Whoa.
yeah, same thing. Now that's weird and Lee didn't see anything. So we're thinking, is this thing manifesting itself? Is it like cloaking itself? What is going on here? And the hair that he's found, it's just, I mean, you look at it under, and it's all in this video that I told you guys. And I can send you the link to that as well. But man, it's really, really strange. I mean,
You know what J. Allen Hynek would say about that mist?
Huh.
Swamp gas.
yeah, right.
I mean, that's what he said in Michigan, right?
I know, right?
You're in the next state. Swamp gas.
Jason, check that picture out. This one that's up now.
Yeah.
What's your theory on that?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it looks like it, from a.
Somebody was smoking.
I mean,
no,
it looks
it
like
would
it's
be
chilly
lighter.
there. From a.
I mean, you'd have to have a fog machine, and then you'd have to have a power source to create that. You're in the middle of the woods.
I mean, a
field.
breath could do that. I'm just trying to look at from other people's. What somebody might look at and say, well, it could be this, that, or the other, and it looks
all our
like
viewers,
a camera
what do y'all
flare in
think
the
it is?
middle. You see, like the
Lee.
purple rings.
And Lee was out there by himself too. That was the other.
Yeah, I
was the
see
other-
purple ring.
So
There's
that,
different colors in it.
How close is this to where Prince passed away? I see purple.
Purple
Purple
rain.
I
that
don't
was-
know.
that was-
I if he was by himself, this is a trail cam. The camera took when he walked in front of that camera. That camera went off.
Right.
So I personally, all the evidence that I've seen, all the photos of mist, that's nothing. I can't see it being nothing. It could be cold air, it could be something. I do not believe that it is manifesting, and that nothing against it, Eric. You know what I mean? But
Oh, yeah, Hey, look,
I
we
mean,
have to
I don't see crap here.
Yeah, you have to have some skeptical conjecture, and I appreciate that. That's the thing. We don't know what it is. I mean, this is just the things that he's getting on these pictures that we can't explain.
Well, how do
Then-
you know the thing isn't like interdimensional and this mist first appears and the next
Well,
thing you know, this big
so
this
there's-
thing is there?
There's another thing you just said, John, and this is another thing, guys. When we were in the field earlier that day, there's another thing going on there where I was talking about the electronic disturbances there. And I've never really encountered anything like this except for this particular property. But Scott was looking at us. Scott has drones, and he was doing drone footage of us going down into the field. And as we were going in the field, Scott lost us on he wears these virtual reality glasses to do the drones. Well, in a certain section of this field over by this area, we disappeared from his screen. So that was what you just said, John. Could this be a portal? I mean, we know there's portals all over the world.
Mhm.
So
You have an EMF or you have anything with readings to show if anything's coming on?
Yeah, and
A try.
there was very high EMF readings there.
Yeah.
So that was one thing we did notice in that area.
Well, I think you
So-
got something. I don't think it's nothing because I have 2 acres here. I don't go in my yard and run into a mist.
Yeah.
There's always that first time, John.
That's why I go
and
the
then
other way.
Be on the horn calling me and Jay saying, "This whole mist."
I'd be more concerned if that mist was upstairs in the hallway.
Oh,
But see,
I'm never
is
coming
is
to
it
your house at
possible that it
night.
could be like an insect or like some kind of
Something like that, something with a
It
tail.
just happened to be right at that moment.
Was anybody
there-
smoking?
No.
That's what I said. Was there anybody smoking?
Yeah. No.
Smoking mist is like wavy. It's like
Yeah.
a wave.
It's
Because
very
like
solid.
it looks like there's like a hump in the middle of it, and then almost like if you look how it takes off to the right, it almost looks like a wing, like it's straight. Like
Yeah,
up
but
at like
it
a
blocks out
45.
the whole picture. So I mean, this is dense. It's not just like
But
cigarette smoke.
John, when he walked past that camera, that camera went off because the dude went across that camera.
Yeah, I agree. So it's something.
I'm sorry. No, that's I think it's just like a bird, something.
It's a tough one in my opinion.
What do you think?
Yeah.
It's a bird?
I feel like it could be either way, but it's like it's like right in the middle for me.
Bird.
So here
I
I'm-
don't
hey,
see a
Jen-
bird.
Jan, I'm going to send you this another video of the UFOs going through the trees here.
Okay.
It's a video. It's a video. So
Okay,
check
I
out.
like beauty.
Now, when you see this, my thought was initially that, well, these are like four-wheelers going through the woods, right? Well, we went over to those woods. There's no way that these things could even, be there because
No trails.
there's no trails. Plus, the woods are so dense, you'd have to stop every second to get around the trees.
How high up did you see these lights? Were they
They were
ground level or were they?
Yeah, they
20
were a
feet
little
high?
higher. They were a little bit more than ground level.
Okay.
They were higher.
Well, what color were they?
Well, you'll see it. I just sent you the video. It's a black and white video from his trail cam or from his night scope, but you'll see they're a little bit above the ground and they're just like cruising right through the trees. There's two stationary ones and then a whole bunch you see just come through the tree line. And we were over there and it's so thick in those woods. There's no way that you'd be able to have anybody drive through there. So that was one thing that really got our attention. We were like, wow. Did you get that yet?
No. Mm-mm.
Let me see if it's going through here yet. It's probably still going through. But he's getting, it's sent over to you. But we left there in October. He said December was off the charts with activity. He got more activity than he's ever gotten before. Here's another weird thing too. He's been getting on the trail cam pictures. I don't know if you guys have ever had anybody do this. I don't know how this could happen, but Lee gets these trail cam pictures that the timestamp is completely altered. It's like going into 2087.
Oh wow.
It's very weird, man. It's like a very futuristic thing. And he can't figure out what the hell's going on. It's in his computer. He had a guy come over to fix the computer, and it wasn't that. It was just something is tripping these things into another time frame.
Well, I would think that tells you it's interdimensional is what it is.
That's
It could
what
be,
I'm thinking.
John. Yeah. Did you guys get to research his land? Was there an Indian burial ground on that land?
Yes, there was. Yep. And there was Indian burial ground there, and there's a few effigy mounds there as well. Oh yeah, now check this out. This is I think he zoomed in too much on the video.
That's really low.
Yeah, can you see it?
Is that
Did I
the tree
miss it?
line?
Yeah, we're looking at trees, right? Bushes.
Yeah,
The
no,
lights.
Oh,
yeah,
the lights.
Yeah, the lights are
No.
not there. You gotta. Can you make that a little smaller?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
I think.
Jenny's a computer whiz.
No, I'm not.
Now these lights are at the beginning of the video, right?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Another mystery.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
What part of Wisconsin is this?
Bray Road.
Elkhorn. Elkhorn, Wisconsin. So
Is that
and,
north, south? Where
it's like south. It's southeast Wisconsin.
Find it again.
And Lee's property is about 0.2 of a mile from Bray Road. So
Well, you know, there was a case down there going back into the 1800s where this creature grabbed a girl, and
Yeah.
it grabbed her in May 26th and May 29th, 18. I can't remember the year, 1876. And the neighbors ran after it, and he dropped the girl. But you know, it wasn't like an animal that took it in its mouth, carried the girl
Carried
under
it.
its arm,
yeah.
and started running, and the family went running, everybody, the neighbors, and he dropped her.
This thing's been going on
Well,
since about 1936, I think the real big accounts have happened. But there was a large period of time that no one talked about it because
I think 1857
Yeah.
was the first case.
57. Wow.
Yeah, 1857.
Now, if you're saying that there are Indian burial grounds up there and all kinds of other stuff that's Native American, could it be a shapeshifter?
That could be too.
It could be.
That could be.
The,
We're going back to what John just said about, you know, the demonic thing.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the Chippewa, or the tribe that would be in that area, and they had the legends. Well, this is something a little different. The witchy wolves. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Is they would in Indian in burial grounds, there were these dogs that protected the burial ground, and they called them witchy wolves because if you went into the area like you guys went into this area, and let's say it's nighttime, you would hear a barking mixed with a laughter all around you from all directions, not just in front of you, all around you. It's the
Wow.
weirdest thing. And if you step on a grave or something, these witchy wolves would jump on your back and scratch you. They wouldn't bite you. They jump on you and scratch you. And it's again another one of these Native American things, but it's in that area. It's
Wow.
the Chippewa tribe.
Yeah, I can't make it any smaller. Won't let me.
Okay, so you got these lights.
There you go. Just hit play on that one. There you go. If you hit play, it should be good now.
So I see 3 lights.
Yeah, and then if she can hit play,
Oh,
you'll
God.
see. I sent it to you again, Jen, too.
I don't know why I can't get it.
So
to
you got
play.
3 low-level lights there in the woods.
In the front, and then they come through, and then you could see the rest of them in the back. They come. Those are the stationary ones in the very beginning, and then
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now I'm going to play devil's advocate here, brother. All right. To me, they look like bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah.
Look how big the lights
Can we see
are.
it?
Those
again,
are
Jenny?
big.
you
Yeah, I'm
bring it up
trying.
again?
I'm gonna try to.
No,
finish
no,
it.
no.
Wait, it's
When you-
like
How
this
many,
light.
how
It's
many,
like this
how many
light right here.
investigations that I've been
Can
on?
you bring it
No,
back
John,
up, Jenny,
listen.
so I can
Yeah,
see this
I'm
again?
trying.
Look, I got a light behind me. That ain't no bug.
Oh, God, Jesus. You're lucky
But
I
that-
like you, John.
But that one's plugged in. You know, I can make it go out too.
No, if you go out and do an outside investigation at a cemetery or wherever, you're going to catch bugs going by the camera, okay? And they're long.
But it's
Just like that.
stationary. It wasn't going anywhere. It's stationary.
That
Speaking
don't
of
look
which,
like-
I was at a cemetery
Why
the other
can't I
day,
play
taking
this
some
anymore?
pictures in full spectrum, and there's one picture that I have no idea what this squiggly was, because I was like, well, maybe it's a bug. So
Well, that
There you
isn't a
go.
bug. That's not a
I
bug. Sorry.
intentionally got bugs in other photos, and it doesn't look anything like
So
that.
you got this 3 stationary and something else went across
That's not a bug.
just prior.
That's
Hey,
a bug
Jen.
top left.
No, not a bug.
Hey,
bug.
Jen,
I
Hit play
can.
again.
I can see that. It's not. These are not
Can you hit
bugs.
play again?
I've said this
trying.
one up here.
I'm
Well, I
trying.
also see like a little white dot
Little
bouncing
arrow on the bottom
around.
center.
I don't know why it
No.
won't play again.
Maybe
You can
that's
actually see the wings flutter in that shot.
It is not a bug.
Go frame
it
by
is.
frame. If you hit your right arrow, it might go frame by frame. Who knows?
It won't even let me play it. I'm just it's so goofy.
Where's Val at? Val, if you're listening.
Val?
I think it's
No, Russ says that's not a bug.
I think
It
it's
is not a bug.
Mothman's out running for jogging in the evening.
Where the hell is it? Damn.
It's
where-
interesting. It's interesting. But,
Well, if you could get the video to play, you'd see that it's definitely not a bug because there are huge lights, and you could definitely see there are fireflies there. Yeah, for sure. But these other lights. are
Every
definitely
time I
not.
try to take it off here, it does.
Are they going to do a festival or anything like Beast of Bray Road Festival? You know, like Kecksburg Festival and all these other
Yeah,
festivals
I mean,
that are.
they did one last year. We spoke at it, and it was
Oh,
it was
okay.
it was good. They did well the first year last year when we got out there, that was the first year they did it, and it was right on Lee's farm. And this last one was at a campground, and they
Yeah,
they had people come out, and it was an all day thing. So they're trying to tweak it and try to make more of they want to get it talked about. They want to make it like the Mothman Festival and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
know.
mind going out and speaking at that if like others are going, we can carpool up there.
Yeah, for sure. Also, there's the Mothman Festivals happening in September too.
Yeah, down in
Down in-
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant, yeah.
You know, I've never been to that. I was the MUFON state director for West Virginia, and I never went to the Mothman Festival.
Why go?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
You
one of
gotta
these
go.
times.
Well, you gotta go. There's
Hurry up
my
and
buddy
go.
Steve. My buddy Steve Ward now is working at the Mothman Museum.
Yeah, I
So-
know Steve. He's from Michigan, right?
Yeah, from Michigan. He's the Mothman.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys about the UFO I think I saw on one of my travel trips not too long ago
Gettysburg?
in
The
Detroit?
Gettysburg one?
No, it was I was heading to Detroit. This one was a couple months ago, not the one 2 weeks ago or whatever. And it was getting dark. It was like dusk, like a heavy dusk time, and there was this bright light. I was just rolling down the highway towards Detroit, and there was this bright light in the distance, and I was just watching it. So I was just on straight highway for a while, and I'm watching it, and it's just kind of hanging out there. Then it started moving, and then I'm just staring at it while I'm driving, and it just slowly just vanished. Like it just totally disappeared. It wasn't an airplane or anything. Because obviously we know what they look like and they move. This was just hanging out. It moved a little bit and then slowly just gone.
Those guys,
Like,
those
what
guys
the
on
hell?
those guys on Skinwalker Ranch, they saw the same thing that we saw, where it was going over the ranch and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Same thing. So I don't know
Well,
what they are.
I was like, is this my first witness of a UFO that
Well,
I have seen?
it's important that you said it was kind of stationary and then moved, because that's not a plane,
There you go.
obviously, right?
Right.
Now check this out. These aren't bugs.
No, they're not.
Sean, those are not bugs.
Look, and then there's a whole group of them.
No, those little things there, those are fireflies, yeah. But the rest of that is just
And if you walk back there, there's no path to
no
ride
path,
through.
nothing. It was so thick and dense.
I just saw an orb go by.
Now, there's no chance that that's like four-wheelers.
That's what
With
I thought.
lights.
That's what I thought. But if
'Cause
you're
that
going,
looks like it could be headlights right there.
Yeah, it
That's
almost
what-
had a
that's what I
tail
thought
light,
too.
you know.
but when we went back there into all those woods, it's so thick you'd have to stop every second to get around the trees. There's just no way it would be going that smooth. So that was-
Russ Round says it could be swamp gas.
yeah,
I already
That is
said
not
that.
gas.
I already said that. J. Allen Hynek
Jane, yeah, right.
in Michigan,
Hey,
1965.
John, do you connect with Hynek's son at all?
Oh, I
Um,
want to talk to him so
Get
bad.
this. He's a speaker in Bucks County next May.
Mm.
Get the
That's
hell
right.
out! Really?
I wanted him
I
to get
got
on
him
the
for the
show.
MUFON conference.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
We definitely got to do something next year, John. We got to talk to that guy.
Yeah, well, I got you speaking too. So
I know that's gonna be awesome.
yeah, it's good. And I want to hear the backstory on the TV show. I love that 20 episodes they did on Project Blue Book.
I loved Project Blue Book.
I
would
bought
say,
it on
why'd they
DVD.
cancel it?
Well, that's what I want to know. I bought that on DVD. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it.
I did too. I loved it. I
Did
thought it was great.
John? Did you know Ted Phillips?
Yeah.
Okay.
But was that Missouri or Illinois?
I think Illinois or something.
Yeah,
like that.
he passed away. What, two years ago? Something like that?
Yeah. So Russ Round just said that looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, you got some stuff there. You definitely got some things to investigate further on.
Oh, for sure. And then, so we're talking about Bigfoot too. We had an encounter. So that the week after Elkhorn, we go down to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, and
Oh.
we're investigating Bigfoot in the Pine Barrens. Now, everybody knows, and I don't want to.
Jersey Devil.
Yeah, right. I don't want to piss any Jerseyites off saying that there's not the Jersey Devil, because you see, people have seen the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I know that. I've talked to a number of people. I had tried to get them on the show. They wouldn't come on,
So
though.
I wear a size 15 boot, Eric. We could stage some Bigfoots.
There you go. That's good, man. Big feet, Jay.
Goes with your pineapple.
So yeah, man. So we did this investigation, and I'll tell you what, man. It's just like no sooner do we get there, and again, we're not really expecting to see or hear anything, and we get there, and we went 5 miles into the Pine Barrens, up this mountain called Mount Misery, and we go up 5 miles into this place, and then, I mean, there's not a soul around. It was completely dark, nothing around. So we went in, parked the truck. The Bigfoot researcher that I know, Eric Spinner, and his partner, Art Mack, and Eric's wife, and Eric's daughter, I think, was filming. And so we go and went about 600 yards in, set up a base camp. And we're talking to these guys, shooting everything on video about their procedures, what they do for an investigation, how they go about it, what kind of equipment are they using. And as we're sitting there talking, all of a sudden, man, you hear the whoop. Now, whenever I hear those shows where these guys are whooping and hollering, I got to say to myself, I start to chuckle a little bit and say, is that what really they sound like? Really? And I'll be damned if that's not what I heard. It was this like whoop, and it was like whoop. And then Eric's wife answers it back, and they're having a conversation back and forth. It was the weirdest thing, man. And you could hear it going away. And then Dominic said, uh-oh, there's something. And then we heard big rustling sound behind us. Yeah. Again, it's frustrating because you don't see anything because it's so pitch black down there. But you could hear all this rustling going on. So we thought the one reason why we were there is because there's a lot of juvenile Bigfoot sightings there. So they're seeing a lot of smaller Bigfoot. So we thought we were hearing the juvenile, and what was coming behind us was the mama, to take care of it. But then we kept seeing these red pinpoints of light in the forest too, which was really weird. So yeah, very, very strange stuff. It's hard to explain unless you're there. That's one of the things too. And I know, like you guys do, it's boots on the ground investigation. We got to get out in the field.
A couple of months ago, I was going to bed. Maybe it was 11:30. I hear, it wasn't a whoop sound. It was more like a screech, like an hawk or something. It was kind of far away. So I'm hearing it, and it was like every 5 seconds you'd hear, something like that. So from my window, I mimicked it. Then I heard it again closer.
Is that your mating call?
You know what? Sometimes you get desperate. So, so I tell you what, though, I kept doing it. It kept doing it, and each time I'm saying it's like 100 yards closer, 100 yards closer, until it was where I would say it was about my fence line.
Wow!
And it was loud. I shut the bathroom window, turned the light off, I locked it.
Oh my God!
I don't know what that was. I'm thinking it's an owl.
It was probably demonic.
It could.
I'm thinking it's an owl, but I don't know. But it heard me, and it got a lot closer.
Oh man, it could have been. I mean, I dropped my drummer off one night at his house, and all of a sudden we both were hearing this. It sounded like a woman screaming, and here it was one of those screech owls.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking it was. It was definitely getting closer.
That reminds me, it makes me thirsty for Carnation. I want to thank Carnation. Carnation.
Carnation's a sponsor.
Sponsoring
Eric,
this
you said that
second hour. Thank you, Carnation.
Your friend's wife was whooping back and like having a conversation now, with her experience or anything. Was she able to kind of like understand like what, like if it was like a defensive kind of tone or,
that's a good
deciphering?
Question. I don't think so. I think it was just more of like, just like a call and response kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything threatening. I mean, that's the other thing too. When we were in Elkhorn, we had nothing to protect ourselves. We had a flashlight and a radio. That was it.
Why
again,
did you go? Why didn't you have some kind of a
It was
protection?
because it was my, and I'll own that. It's my naive thinking that we wouldn't encounter anything.
Yeah, I think you could transport a handgun, from here through Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. Those are all gun states. You can look it up, obviously.
Well, it
I know
depends
you
on what the
can't.
permit
You can't
is.
go to Jersey and you can't go to
Yeah.
Maryland. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So
I think, and Lee's got firearms and stuff there, but he was going to give us a flare gun just in case that. And if we
You'd
would
set
have
the
had that,
whole-
we could have seen it maybe.
Could you
You
imagine
could've set
shooting the dog man with a
Hey,
flare
behind
gun?
you go,
Or you
Levi.
could. I could see the headline now.
It's
Eric
okay.
Mintel from Bucks County sets the Pine Barrens on fire.
Yeah,
baby.
jazz musician kills dog man.
He
With a
wanted
flare
background.
gun.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Crazy.
Fred Saluga was over my house, right? And he's telling us a story that some guy at one of the conferences said he encountered Dogman, right? So he said it's there, and they looked each other in the eye, and the guy threw a punch, and the dog opened its mouth, and this guy says the arm went all the way in its mouth to the shoulder. I said, how's that possible? I mean, Dogman has a 12-inch snout. If anything, he'd bite your hand off at the
Too bad he
forearm.
didn't bite his whole head off.
Yeah, I mean, people.
No.
Some of the stories that people
Ooh.
tell, are just they're fictitious. They're not real.
It's pretty bad. I mean, and there's, it's that also that I had gotten a woman that was sending me picture after picture of Bigfoot in her backyard. And and I'm a nice guy. I didn't want to say that there's nothing there, but I finally had to say, look, it's just nothing but your arborvitaes in the back. It's just a shadow of something there. And she was circling where the eyes would be. And it's like, it's that pareidolia, I think they call it, where,
where you see,
and that was, I just was like, wow. And we're having a similar thing happen with this dog man out there with another investigator that, in my opinion, it's not the dog man. And so it's there's some people that want to kind of discount it, and then we have other people that are telling the truth. So
let me tell you about this song. I was trying to get it so I could play it, and I can't play it. But 1987, an artist out there, they made a song, "The Legend of Dogman," and you can look it up. You could go on Google right now, look up "Legend of Dogman." I don't know if Jen, if you want to pull it up, it's called "The Legend of Dogman." You can just play it for everybody. It's a pretty cool song where they go through the history of it, and it comes in cycles. Every 10 years on a year ending in a 7 there were Dogman encounters, and it was kind of done as a Halloween prank. And then all of a sudden they got like 500 people came forward with stories. Like you had 130 something people, with their stories of Dogman. But they kind of credited in that area is that song was what kind of kicked it off, where now everybody knew and heard of Dogman. And I think it was 2005 they made a movie, The Legend of Bray Road. It was a movie in 2005. But I tell you, it's a 5-minute song. If Jen can pull it up, The Legend of Dogman, and it runs through the history, and it's a cool song.
Wild. And I mean, it's amazing. They also had a guy in the 70s, I think, wrote a song about Bigfoot.
Oh, okay.
Bro Smith was his name.
Bro Smith.
And oh man, it's like,
so you're a musician. Make a song, Bro Mintel.
yeah.
It sounds like something you think for an upset stomach, Bro Mintel.
I'll lay down some nasty guitar riffs and I'll send it to you.
There you go.
There you go.
You can
Just put it, and we'll put it
keys.
together. That's it.
Yeah.
So Jay, what did you think about that UFO, man? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, again, listen to this.
The officer and I went out there to take a look at it. He just tried to chew in around the doors. And you could see a dog print, alongside the window there.
There's your print.
Oh my.
There's your picture.
A cool summer morning in early June is when the legend began. At a nameless logging camp in Wexford County where the Manistee River ran. 11 lumberjacks near the Garland Swamp found an animal they thought was a dog. In a playful mood, they chased it around till it ran inside a hollow log. A logger named Johnson grabbed him a stick, poked around inside. Then the thing let out an unearthly scream and came out. And stood upright. None of those men ever said very much about whatever happened then. They just packed up their belongings and left that night and were never heard from again. It was 10 years later in 97 when a farmer near Buckley was found. Slumped over his plow, his heart had stopped. There were dog tracks all around. 7 years past the turn of the century, they say a crazy old widow had a dream of dogs that circled her house at night. They walked like men and screamed. When the vet finished up his examination, he said it looked like they died of fright. In 37, a schooner captain said several crew members had reported a pack of wild dogs roaming Bowers Harbor. His story was never recorded. Church door. The newspaper said they'd been made by a dog. He'd have had to stood 7'4". In 67, a van load of hippies told a park ranger named Quinlan they'd been awakened in the night by a scratch at the window. There was a dog man looking in and grinning.
So a van full of hippies with a park ranger named Quinlan.
Quinlan.
That was the same guy that was in Jaws, Quinlan.
Quinn.
Yeah, let it keep playing.
Quinn.
Let it keep playing. It's only a minute left. I gotta
John
sing
is
to
super
myself.
proud of this song.
I am. I
This-
found this. You know,
You probably made it.
Oh man, I'm gonna be hearing this shit all night.
that's my. Look up my Facebook name, Quinlan.
In 77, there were screams in the night near the village of Bel Air.
Ohio.
Could have been a bobcat, could have been the wind. Nobody looked up there. Then in the summer of 87, near Luther, it happened again. At a cabin in the woods, it looked like maybe someone had tried to break in. There were cuts around the doors that could only been made by very sharp teeth and claws. He didn't wear shoes because he didn't have feet. He walked on just 2 paws. So far this year, no stories have appeared. Have the dogmen gone away? Have they disappeared? Soon enough, I guess we'll know, because this is the time to fear. For another 10 years has come around. The 7th year is here.
I
And
gotta say,
somewhere in the Northwoods darkness, a creature walks upright. And the best advice you may ever get.
Throw him a bone.
Is to go out at night.
Go out at night.
Hey, you can cut it off.
so one thing that I definitely learned from that song is how far we've come from the first edition of drum machines.
That guy, went on who sung that. He sung that song of a boy named Sue.
Unbelievable.
You remember that?
That's funny.
I tell you what, I watched that and it said, "Don't go out at night." Now remember, I told you that the militia guys are doing a bachelor party up in Chestnut Ridge, and they want to hunt Bigfoot. And I watched that and I said, "I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going at night to do that."
We have a lot of people that, like right now, Tom Carey and I. You guys are familiar with Tom?
Yeah, I know Tom. Yeah.
So Tom Carey and I now are working on another Dogman case out here in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
And yep, and there's been reports, and I mean so much so that these people are drawing what they're seeing. And so we actually met with 3 witnesses. One guy wanted to remain anonymous, but he told us an incredible story. Then 2 other people just had no problem with coming on camera. And this other guy that wanted to be anonymous, his sister had the same encounter. So we're working on her to talk to her as well. But I'll tell you, man, there's something else going on out here. So, Tom is the, the Roswell thing has always been Tom's big thing. But here, Tom is also an anthropologist, which I didn't even know. His background is really in anthropology. So these things, he's really, now this is what he really sinking his teeth into, no pun intended, but wants to see it through, So we're getting a video together, and the video is coming out really incredible. So I'll send you guys that when that's done. And what we're going to do next, and why we're almost done, is we're going to do a night investigation down there. And Tom's in his 80s, and I said, "Tom, do you want to do this night investigation?" He's like, "No."
I don't blame him.
So I didn't realize he was that old now. Wow.
Yeah, he was. Oh man. Well, we were out looking at this area, and it was supposed to be a supposed vortex area, like a portal type area. So we go out on this one day, and it's hot as blazes out. And Tom's walking, and we're walking and walking and walking, and we could have simply drove up to this thing, but Tom literally, he went down on his knees. He was so exhausted. I said, "Tom, let me go get my car, and I'll drive you back, man." So he made it back. I was like praying that he'd still be alive when I got there.
Oh my God, poor
Hey,
guy.
Eric, real quick question. Now,
Yes,
you
sir.
said that this farmer, he has some hairs, a lot of collection of hairs. Did he ever send it away to a lab to find out
Yes,
what DNA is?
he wanted to, and he has not had anybody that wants to take this seriously. Or when he does want to send it away, he doesn't want to pay the $2,000 that they want to do for
Oh,
testing.
I wouldn't want to pay either.
Well, you know what you do. The colleges, they do this for free. You contact some colleges in this area, and the students, will do it because it's part of their class to do that stuff, and they'll do it for
Penn
free.
State closer? Penn State, is that close to you guys out there?
No, but he's talking about Bray Road, right?
Yeah, you're talking about.
No,
Bray.
no,
Oh, you're talking about Montgomery, yeah.
Oh, in Montgomery. No, I don't think he's gotten any hair samples or anything like that.
But Bray Road does, right? The
But
guy
Bray-
out in
Yeah. So Sean, just to clarify, Elkhorn, Wisconsin is the guy, Lee, who's got the hair samples.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's the guy that was getting it, trying to get it tested, but nobody wanted to take him seriously, and they were going to charge him a lot of money to get it tested. But colleges out there, I think that's the one college did put it under the microscope, and those are the pictures that he has. But I don't think they did any DNA testing, unfortunately.
No, tell him to ask around because he'll find somebody that'll do it. We
I
used to
think
do
so.
that. We would do that with sample UFO trace evidence and try to get somebody to do it for free. But when we did the case with Bucks County, the History Channel, Discovery Channel swooped in. They did all the testing and they paid for it on the leaves from the tree and all of that. So they footed the bill for us. So that worked out good.
That's amazing. So that was really, really cool. So if he could get that tested, I think that would be some definitive kind of proof there. So
do you know Jody Cook from Cincinnati? Jody Cook. Yeah, we had him on. We had him on. Yeah, we had him on 3 weeks ago, and he runs the North American Dogman Project.
Okay.
you might actually want to hook up with him and just discuss your findings, because he is the dogman investigator in the U.S. He has a network with, I think, 700 field investigators. Jody, Joedy, Jody Cook.
Cook. Okay, writing that down. I just talked to a guy, Vic Cundiff. Do you know Vic?
No, I don't know that name.
I thought, and I'm thinking to myself, I think this is the guy Jody is the guy that I need to talk to, because this guy that I talked to today, he was a guy that helps people, believe it or not, with their dogman encounter. And he's got a YouTube video or a YouTube channel that his videos are getting like 20,000, 40,000 views, 60,000 views. It's like crazy. So I talked to him today about what we did. Now, here's the weird thing. And I questioned him about this. I said, well, so the only way we can get on that part of your YouTube channel is if we've had a sighting, if we actually saw it. But even though we had the evidence on video, that doesn't warrant us to get, because we didn't see it, that doesn't warrant us to get on his YouTube channel. But the people that are saying that they're seeing it, but it's not really there, they get on the channel. It was just perplexing to me.
Yeah. Well, Jody Cook's on Facebook. You can message him on Facebook.
I will.
I think that's how I got hold of him 3 weeks ago to get on the show.
Hey, when you go on your investigations, what kind of equipment do you guys have? Do you use?
Oh man, well, of course, when we're doing any kind of like ghost investigations, we've got our magnetometers, we've got the and even with the Dogman and Bigfoot, we've got the infrared, we've got the magnetometers, and that just basically the camera's night vision, all the meters that we have. And it's really just kind of like, and then you've got to have high-tech microphones that are going to be really high-powered to catch any kind of sounds. The other thing is, when we heard this crazy howl, we had little microphones. We had these like Cinco, they're called Cinco, wireless microphones, and they're tiny. And that thing was so loud from where it was, it picked it up on these little microphones. And that's what you'll hear on the video.
Can you reenactment?
Sean, you remember that one investigation in 84?
Do you have it sound?
Donkey in the background.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh my God!
It scared it.
Send it to me, Eric.
Lights on everybody.
Oh,
if you have the sound.
Let me send this to you real quick so you can hear what we heard. And this was crazy. It was really scary. Here we go. All right, I'm going to send this over to you, Jen. Here we go. Oh, let's see. Chasing Prophecy. Hold on. Here you go. I just didn't put anything in the subject line, but see
we
that
were on a investigation.
She's going to listen to it and say, Cinco de Mayo.
I was going to say something. I didn't want to get in trouble or say something.
We're walking down the road. This is on 84 PA. We're walking down the road, and we didn't know that the people across the street had some farm animals. So it's like midnight. It's real late. There's a group of us. This donkey, all right, started screeching at the top of its lungs. I had my recorder going and my earphones on, had it cranked. It started blaring my ears. Everyone else was jumping and started screaming like, "What's that? Oh my God.
What? Oh my God. Scared the crap out of me, man.
Scare the hell out of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're like, what is that?
When you're in that environment and you don't know what the hell is there.
I've never heard a donkey scream like that.
No, me neither. I was like, oh my God, what is it?
When we were in the Pine Barrens, we turned off the night vision just so people could see how dark it was there. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
Wow.
It was so dark and very, very strange. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see. See what you think of this, because this is the third, what I sent you was the third howl that we heard.
Did you hear it?
No.
Wonder why I can't wonder why I can't hear it. I can hear it, but I wonder why you guys can't.
Mimic it. What did it sound like?
Oh.
Well, let me.
Yeah.
Can you? I don't know. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Did you hear that at all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
kinda-
heard
Yeah.
that, yeah.
All right, let me play that again. I'm going to play it again over my microphone here. Hold on, so you could hear this. And hold on, I went a little too far back. Here we go.
Are you hearing this hell?
I am hearing this hell. It's coming from over that way.
Oh shit!
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that, but could it have been a coyote?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
I'm just
No.
asking. That's all.
No. And you're right. That's what we thought, but no. I mean, I was like,
Kinda
it
sounds
definitely-
human.
Oh, it sounds like, yeah, it does sound kind of human.
If you can play that video for the guys over this, it doesn't really do it justice on what I just played for you, and even on
Yeah,
the
I
video,
want to play it for some reason. I don't know if it's because his video shop. I don't know why it's not picking up. Let me see again. I don't know why it's so big either.
yeah, because it's only like it's like a 12-second clip.
It's a video. I wonder if I can do a video file. Let's see.
See if I could send it to you again here. I'm going to send it as an attachment.
It's coming from over that way.
So yeah, so that was an amazing night, man. So
What's the attachment? Let me see. Oh, wait, this might be it. Let me see.
And you guys
Yeah.
drove all the way to Wisconsin from Bucks County?
no, we flew.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's a long drive. And you're talking 700 miles minimum.
Oh,
Listen,
when
I
we-
made it to Wisconsin, did a job, and back in 51 hours.
oh,
Wow,
that's
That's a
insane.
long drive.
Hey, for my jazz quartet, we had a one-nighter in Tennessee, and we drove from here in Bucks County out 12, 13 hours to get out there, couple of hours to sleep, did the gig, and drove right back, all within like 48 hours.
It's crazy.
Oh, I get like jet lagged, and on half time I forget what day it is. Like I go on these travel jobs I get, and like Philly or Detroit or Wisconsin, or 2 weeks ago, I went to Detroit, and then I got a call about one in Illinois on the Missouri border. So I drove to Detroit, did that job, then I drove straight to Illinois, did that job first thing in the morning. I drove all the way back.
Crazy.
What do you do, Jay? What do you do?
I have a mobile welding business,
Oh, wow.
and I'm also a truck driver as well for a local
cool.
scrapyard. So I'm
Cool.
just kind of all over the place.
That's all right, man. That's great. Sean, what do you do, man?
I am a meat cutter for a local grocery store here.
That's cool.
Been 22 years. Yeah, I enjoy it.
At night, he's a serial killer.
That's a good one.
Wearing a pineapple shirt.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got to look out. You got to watch out for the butchers. I'm telling you, you don't trust butchers.
We
Hey,
know how
there's
to
a-
slice. We know
Oh
how
my
to
God.
slice and dice and
That's
skin
right.
you
You
alive.
don't want to mess with a butcher.
What's the best way to get a good look at a T-bone steak, Sean?
And Jen, what do you do?
What do I do? Let's see. I
see
do a
it.
lot of things. I have many hats.
The show.
I see
Yeah, I
that.
do the show. I'm a writer.
Cool.
I'm a grandma.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty much
That's a big
it.
job.
I'm independently wealthy like John. We just hang out together and have margaritas by the
That's
you know
it.
pool.
And
We
talk
hang out
about
in the
paranormal.
sci-fi basement.
Yeah, sci-fi basement.
There you go.
I wish I
Eric,
could play that.
What's your upcoming gig with your group?
Well, my group, we just played Bethlehem Music Fest, which was out here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And next one coming up is going to be this Saturday? This Saturday. I'm just doing a private event. Americans for Native Americans, doing a private gig. And then the following Sunday, I'm working like 4 or 5 times a month or more, in gigs. I gave up the low paying jobs. I don't leave the house now for less than $1,000.
Oh,
So-
blame you.
My man.
Are you going to come? Are you going to come into Pittsburgh?
I would like to. We actually played in Pittsburgh back in 2010. We were at the Carnegie Center. We played a thing
Oh
called
wow.
Concert for the Americas, and it was great, man. We had a great crowd, and it was a lot of fun. And then then we played the Monroeville Jazz Festival.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
you
close.
Yeah.
did.
That's 20 miles from me.
I know. So it's like I got to figure out what's going on with that festival, because I think with COVID and everything kind of shut everything down. Well, we played there a few times over the years. We haven't been there in a number of years now. So I think that one of the promoters wanted to try to get us back out there. So next summer, I think I'm going to try to get back out there.
Well, with the Bucks County event we do, at dinner time, we have that couple that plays music and sings.
Mhm.
I was going to say, if you got a small instrument you could bring and play, but I ain't paying you $1,000. If you want to do it, you could join them, and we could have a trio.
There
That's
you go.
funny. That's funny. Well, what I've been doing is I'm adding a musical component into the speaking engagements that we're doing. So my buddy Dave and I, we will start off as a jazz duo, because he plays bass, I'll play piano, and we'll open it up with some jazz, and then we go into a screening of our videos, and then do some Q&A with people. And I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of things coming up that way. And I've got a bunch of speaking engagements at the end of October, right around Halloween, that are coming up, talking about Bray Road and Bigfoot and the Pine Barrens and stuff like that. So I love doing that. I mean, I love doing that. It's amazing, man. And I've worked 30 plus years as a jazz musician. I'm making more money in the paranormal than I ever did in jazz.
That's crazy.
And it's funny because, when I talk to my jazz audience, they've actually followed me over into the paranormal world, which is really great. And so it's funny when I say to my jazz audience, I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote a new tune, and it goes like this. And they'll half-heartedly listen to it, right? But I'll say, oh, and by the way, I have a paranormal TV show, and this is what we do. You could hear a pin drop, man. It's amazing how many people love the paranormal genre. Yeah. It's incredible.
As long as you don't run for a public office.
Yeah, really. Oh, man.
I found out they don't like it.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
A lot of people will ghost you.
Ghost you for sure.
Good one, man. Good one. So anyway, are we trying to figure out the video still, Jen?
Yeah, I just can't get it to play. I mean, I
All
see
right.
it playing. I just can't. It's
get to air.
it's weird. The file's weird.
Too large a file.
It's not too large. It's just the type of file it is. It's just,
Let me see if I can find another. Let me see if I can find another clip of
I
that.
can hear it. I mean, you can see. You just can't play it on.
Oh, you know what? I think
StreamYard.
you know why. You know why, Jen? I used Video Shop on that particular one.
That's what it's saying. It's
And
Video Shop.
It might not be recognizing you.
Yeah, it doesn't. I can't find it on StreamYards. I opened up all the different. It says iCloud, but it's just not picking. There's like a blank screen.
Let me see. Let me
See,
find
this is what I see. Just that. Nothing else. There's nothing.
I'm gonna send it a different way. Let's try this. Let's try this one.
But I do like the sound of it.
I just heard it.
Oh
yeah. I just
werewolves.
You guys will frequently hear this.
Porkies.
And then we'll have to probably have to say goodnight.
Hey, Eric, do you think that this dog man is a werewolf, or is it a man with a dog head? Because there's actually a difference between dog man and werewolves.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. I wouldn't say it's like a werewolf type thing. I would say it's like a man. It's like a man. Like a Bigfoot type creature, but in dog form.
Yeah.
But your description of it's got the head of a wolf.
Yeah.
Or the head of a dog. So now, Jen, I just sent that over to you a different way. So hopefully you'll be able to play that one.
Oh, when I got a message from one of my viewers saying, I going back to what I do, I'm a published author. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I published 16 books.
Damn. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it is. And I also did a screenplay, and it's been optioned. One of my books has been optioned for a
Beautiful.
series if it ever becomes to fruition, because of COVID screwed everything up. But
Who sent
Well,
you
we-
that message? Your son?
he's on Juno, John. You met my son.
I met him at the gym a couple
Yeah,
weeks
that's
ago.
what he said. He
Yeah, he
enjoys
stopped
you
by
on the
and said
show.
hello. Yeah, okay.
That's
so
funny.
good.
We put a sizzle reel together for the Travel Channel. So we're trying to get a series going here for this creature, because it's there's a lot of stuff there. This is only like a tip of the iceberg of what I've shared with you guys as far as what's going on there. And that's the thing, Sean, too, with the questions, like, what is that? Some people will say, well, that's that, it's some kind of other thing. That's not what it really is. It's whatever you're seeing, and I really think that people are connected to that world somehow. I think these things are presenting themselves. I mean, John, you had that situation in your house, man. You had the sage thing. So, I mean, all of these things could be part of that, that they present themselves, and then you have to be careful as far as what kind of road you go down.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And Eric, it didn't come over yet. I'm not sure why.
Okay. It's let me see if it's going to go out here. Let me see if it's still...
Does Bill Burns have any contacts with Travel Channel?
Well, Bill is I love Bill. But every time we try to get something going here, it just it always like falls off the wayside, slips through the cracks. But I mean, he does. I'm sure he does. Bill's great. We did a couple of videos together. And
Well, his connections are A&E and History Channel. I don't think it's Travel Channel. That's a different network.
No, I know. We were talking about doing something in Marley Woods there.
Marley Woods.
A lot of stuff that's been going on.
God.
And then, of course,
so
COVID.
Jay is saying, what are you going to do? Bring Bob Marley with you?
Bob Marley.
That's funny.
Hey, Eric, have you ever done anything with Mike Barra? Because I've seen him on Fox Nation for the Mutilation of the Cows series. It's coming out.
No, I haven't done anything like that.
Mike's good people, man.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. You're talking about mutilations. That's the same thing that Lee's getting on the property. These deer are being mutilated somehow.
No.
And he's also getting, so when he puts this roadkill out, and it's weird. And if you see the videos, now you can see all three parts of the video. The same series of events. And John, you're talking about the 7-year thing. This is when he bought the property in 2007, but he didn't start farming there until 2014. And that's when he saw the creature for the first time.
It mustn't like us because it's not coming to my emails.
No, okay.
But we gotta have you back on, Eric, and then we'll have. All
you have to send us all your videos so we can have them up ahead of time.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, if someone wants to learn more about you, are your videos available like on Amazon Prime or anything?
They're available on YouTube right now. You could see my show every Saturday night on, if you have like Roku or anything like that, any smart TV. If you could type in and add Princeton Television to your device, it's every Saturday night at 11 o'clock, Princeton Television. And it's all through the different Roku channels, Amazon. And then Sunday night over in our area here in the Lehigh Valley, we're on Service Electric Cable. So it's a cable station, but soon on one of the travel channels. So one of those travel channels.
I'm definitely going to have to check it out. Do you know what the title is?
Well, my show is called Eric Mintel Investigates.
Cool.
All right,
and do you bring your piano with you?
Well, I have a lot of jazz quartet. So if you look up Eric Mintel Quartet, you'll see a lot of music videos too.
Cool. We'll have to do that.
Let me give you a hint on something. There's a lot of Hollywood to do with werewolves and Bigfoot and Dogman. Like it has nothing to do with the full moon. These creatures appear, or they're able to actually transform themselves. Silver doesn't work on it. Garlic doesn't work on it. But I tell you one thing that actually works on it, but it'd be almost impossible to find. is the original 30 pieces of silver that Judas was paid.
Oh,
I'm serious. I'm not joking. That silver works on these to kill them, to drive them away. But I don't know where you find those 30 pieces. But I read that in my research, and I thought
I
that was
bet also
so
the
cool.
rosary beads would do it too, because I was
don't know.
listening on Fox Nation 2 and how the power of the rosary beads
Yeah.
wards off evil demonic presence, Sean.
Padre Pio always said that too, was to use the rosary. But if you can somehow find the original 30 pieces of silver, one of those is you can carry that as protection.
There you go.
Look for it in the Vatican.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure they got
The
it because
secret societies.
They have 140 rooms full of stuff that they've never even brought out. You know?
Oh yeah, and they did a whole big thing on the alien phenomena too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the Pope is a total believer, man.
Well, we should get the
Well,
Pope
he's-
on our show.
That's it. Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, I tell you what, though, he is one of the popes. Like the prior couple never said anything about the reality of Satan and the devil. He is one that is very firm on that this is a real entity.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, well, you'd be surprised how many religious people, priests, pastors, they said, "Oh, come on, that's nothing. It's just something made up to scare you straight." And they don't want to talk about it in church. They're afraid of the fire and brimstone scare people away. But this Pope actually does bring that up.
It's amazing. He's amazing. And then they just had a thing on TV the other day on one of the paranormal caught on camera shows, and the Pope's doing his sermon, on Sunday from the balcony, and when he turned around, he literally disappeared.
Wow.
He just blinked out, right? But here it was a monitor. He was on a monitor, and it was one of these things that they put just for safety purposes. They don't want to, put him in.
Like Dracula. Maybe he's Dracula.
Does he have a reflection?
That's it. But remember when the Vatican got hit by lightning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
What was that? When the prior pope said he was stepping down?
Yeah.
There was some event. It was something that night that would happen, and the lightning struck the Vatican.
Wow.
It's pretty scary. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for being on Chasing Prophecy. We're gonna have to catch you on the YouTube.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, guys. Nice to meet everybody here.
Nice
Jay.
meeting you, Eric. Take care, bro.
man.
Take care.
Take care.
You guys have a great night. Thank you.
You too.
I'll see you in May next year.
You got it, man. I'll talk to you before that.
Yeah,
too.
I know. All right.
Cool. A very good
Hey,
guest.
so,
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
So I got some pictures from a cemetery, and we were talking about bugs, what they look like on photographs. So Jenny, I'm thinking I'm going to email you 3 pictures. 2 of them are definite bugs because I looked.
Why don't you just
bugs.
send them? Can you put them in the chat, Chasing Prophecy chat? I think it might be easier.
Let's see.
But then again, it might not be. Wait, I'm going tonight.
There, I just sent it to you. Email.
You sent it to my email?
Yeah, I sent 3 pictures. 2 of them are definite bugs that I purposely tried to capture. And then the third picture, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you'll see it if you want to pull them up. I just want to get everybody's opinion on it, see everybody else.
Yeah,
does.
I am not getting them yet. But sometimes Gmail. Here we go. Sledge. Okay. Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. Okie dokie pokey.
So 21 and 22 are bugs, and then I think the 84 is the weird. I don't know what it is exactly.
Why am I not seeing it? I see it, but I don't see it. I don't see it on. I'll have to download it because it's a pain in the butt. Won't let me see it. It won't let me see it from my email.
Oh.
Let's see. Here we go. What are we looking at?
Okay, you see that little squiggly straight line?
The little squiggly things are bugs.
That's a bug. Okay, now go to the next one.
Okay.
And Sean, you know that's a bug.
Yeah.
You're making fun of him.
Well, no, because I got a picture here that's interesting. I want to see what everybody thinks about it. I'm not sure exactly.
That's a bug too. Sorry. That's it. We're just seeing it right now. That's a bug. What I see is a bug. That's a bug. That's a bug. That long
That's a
piece
bug.
that's a bug.
Yes. Okay, now pull
Okay.
up the third picture and let's see what you guys think. Caught me by surprise, and that's why I was like, I'm not sure what this is or could be. Maybe it's a bug.
It's
maybe
an
it's not, I
alien.
don't know.
That is a freaking weird thing. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll let you guys be judged, but it's above a cemetery, so I
Yeah,
think
cemetery.
that's something spooky. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Oh yeah, spooky, spooky.
Yeah, that's why I sent like several
That's
pictures so you
spooky.
can see what the bugs look like. What is that?
The hell?
That is a spirit.
Like
Or a
what is
bat.
that? That is
That's
not a straight line.
No,
No.
listen.
Vampire bat.
No.
That's a spirit.
No.
This is a vampire bat. It doesn't even
No.
look anything like a bat.
It's coming
First-
right at you. It's like a stealth fighter.
Oh, God almighty, no, it ain't. Oh,
So-
shit.
What do you guys think? Like what could that possibly? Because what happened was I caught this first. And then I was looking through my picture. I was like, what is that? And I was like, well, is it a chance
That's
it
a
could be a
spirit.
bug? So then I purposely was trying to get photos of bugs, which I sent 2 of them.
But why
So you can
were
see
you
what they
doing
look
that?
like.
Just to see what a bug looks like on camera?
Yeah.
Or what?
Was to to compare, just make the full spectrum and everything. But this one, it's strange. Like I'm not
You
sure.
know,
I don't have a clue, dude.
I read that some of these entities, like a demonic entity, a minion, whatever, when they travel, they're about 3 feet long, and I read like when something like in a possession, it'll go into your mouth, let's say, but it lodges in your brain and down your spinal cord. It's about 3 feet long.
Yeah,
That's
can you
not
just
real.
zoom
I
in a
don't
I'm
little
wondering
bit
if
there, Jay?
that's about 3 feet long, and that's just traveling.
You know
just-
what, John? And then if you think that's demonic, it's not, because all cemeteries,
Jen, can you
are
zoom
hallowed
in a little
grounds.
more?
they're all hallowed.
Get a better view.
They are all hallowed.
I'm just saying it's maybe the way a spirit travels, because they're about 3 feet long.
I just, it's crazy.
Because you
It's
can
a-
almost see a head in the front, almost like a snake or something,
No, to me it looks like it could be a it is a spirit. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I
look,
agree with you,
see,
Jen.
it's clear too. Yeah.
I agree with you, Jen.
Like
Because it's above the grave. Maybe there's somebody just floating around out there just to
Well, I'm
see-
saying that's like a spirit. The way they move, they're about 3 feet long.
Good catch, Jay.
Thanks.
I like
yeah,
it.
like I said,
Zoom in as much as you can.
much as I can.
I was trying to, figure out and make sure it wasn't a bug, which is why I took several pictures of bugs. And this one's just
It's very interesting.
It
to
is
say the least.
extremely.
Very pretty
Good
cool.
catch.
I have to keep
Good
going
catch
in my
today.
record books.
Yes, that was very good. I liked it. I can't believe I actually made it through the whole show.
Well,
The
Congratulations.
Maybe it was that-
was starting to knock
Maybe it's
me
that
out.
bourbon before I had the show. I don't know.
A shot in a beer.
Yeah.
so
Good
what's
show.
everybody's plans coming up for the week?
Oh, it's only Tuesday, huh?
Oh, let's see.
Gosh, I keep getting my days mixed up.
Just really closing on a house. Baking cookies.
I plan on eating steak on Sunday.
There you go.
Talking to Mr. Predictor. Oh, I have to tell you something real quick.
Yeah. Tell us about
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
This
This is great.
thing
that.
was in a bag because I'm moving stuff, we're moving, and this thing went off at 3:00 in the morning in my hall in a bag.
It is a strong possibility.
See, I
Not
agree with you.
once, but twice.
Mm.
And Ava was with me. So what happened was it goes by movement, I think, because I went into the hall to Ava had to go to the bathroom. I let her out, and I got a drink of water. And when I was coming back, I walked by it and it went off. Okay, so who was in my living room?
That long thing from the cemetery.
That thing scared the heck out of me. I'm sorry. I turned it off.
You said you've seen shadow people too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
got
really,
you got something stalking you.
I really don't. I could tell you another thing off camera because I don't want to tell you on camera because it's kind of personal, but I will share it with you guys. If don't go anywhere, John, because you always sneak
Well, you're
out.
always the first one out, Jenny.
Well,
Yeah.
usually when
No,
You and
John.
John, like,
John
disappear
is
before
always
the
the
ending credits are done.
John sneaks out so fast and he's
He's
out of
gone
here.
before the ending's done.
well, usually when you say that's all we're done, I hit X. I hit the
And
red
what is-
I don't
X.
blame you. That's the quick,
Joe
easy way to get
doing?
out, so you don't have to sit
What
here and
is he
talk to
doing?
everybody.
What is he doing?
There he is. Hey, Joe. There he
Joe,
is.
is that real? You're bored.
Oh,
I got a
boy.
really cool werewolf mask. I should have put it on. And,
You should have, because you were doing. Yeah, we're talking
right
about
towards the
dog man.
end. You know.
Yeah, you should have.
Good night, Gracie.
All right.
Yeah, we see a lot of weird stuff in my family. Shadow people, aliens. Something goes down through the family tree, I guess, but it's kind of scary. It's not very fun. I don't think. Would you say
You need
it's
to start-
demonic?
You need to start.
Would you
coming on
say it's
investigations.
demonic?
Well, I'm reading a book right now, and it kind of reminded me, and I know Sean will disagree, but the old time Catholics, etc., used to say that when you die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. There is no walking earth as ghosts, and anything you encounter on earth is a demon. That's all there is. Well, I'm just telling you what.
That's why I like you, brother.
I think Joe had a little bit too much drink.
That's what they've always said, and I had forgotten about that because I don't believe it. I think that there are spirits, and because some of them have, they relate to the property and different stuff. So, but it kind of reminded me, that's what the way they used to think, that the only thing you account is angels and demons. That's all.
What
you
if,
can account.
John? What about this? What if? Here's something I never thought of, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
What if your soul goes to heaven or hell, but your spirit, since it's an energy, and energy is transferred, lingers on Earth?
Could be.
Pretty cool. Don't
that
go
possible?
nowhere, John. Okay, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for chatting with us. We love you. And we'll see you next week. Same place, same channel.